Buckets. That's the name of my boat. Buckets.
Buckets. What we get.
Not the only transfer we got from Florida. Keith Stone, too. Remember that.
Everybody who watches his show on a regular basis knows my love of the stretch four.
You know, we all make mistakes. He might have made one going to
It's
Tallahassee.
mercy if y'all don't know. Dribble to the left, cross over to the right. Hurricane to the game, many buckets for the night. Matt with the pick and roll, Melissa with the give and go. This Shelly, you pretty girl dunking in the hole. Check the scoreboard, this what we fall for. Beat the gameplay, they want an encore. Yeah, overtime for another round. It's buckets after buckets, baby. You're out of time. It's buckets. What it is, homie, it's buckets. Woo! We get buckets. Yeah, baby, buckets.
I have no shame.
I know. That's the problem.
You guys are awesome.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Buckets. A very special episode of Buckets. I'm Matt. He's Vish. She's Melissa. Melissa's repping the FEHS Baron basketball tee. I love it. It's fitting for the guests. Two guests that we have on. Two of my closest friends. We got Tommy and Brendan. Two guys that are obsessed with college basketball, just like me. They're gonna be
Long-time friends of the show now. They're repeat guests.
It's an annual tradition.
Yeah, after we do it twice, it's a tradition. So
It's Buckets bracketology.
How many guests have we had on multiple times? I think it's a handful.
it's them two, and Katie.
And Coach Meyer.
And Coach Meyer. There you go.
That's it.
Let's
That's
go.
it.
Go Barons.
They're in rarefied air there.
We out here. There we go. Shout
Oh
out.
man, Terrence has been on a journey with me tonight because he was in the Six Ring chat and the Canes on Deck chat. So
This is third show of the
this is
evening.
my third show. Yeah.
Once you start off the night with football, then baseball, and now the most important sport, basketball.
I mean the Hurricanes definitely didn't think so this year, but
Listen, the Barons made the playoffs. That's what's important.
yes,
Okay?
yes, that is.
Yes.
That is important.
Do the guys want to say hello? Say hello, guys.
Yeah, hello everyone. Pleasure to be back.
Yes.
Brendo is the head coach of the Barons. What's up?
That is right. Go Barons.
Thank you guys for having me. This is Brendan's first live show appearance, I think, as the head coach of the Barons, right?
Right. So that happened after. Yeah, that happened after.
First live appearance.
I love it.
Shout out for the merch. Ignore me yelling in the background when we were at the airport about not having Barons merch because I got it shortly after that in a parking lot of Raising Cane's in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, because Brendan had called me right when we were in the parking lot. That's so funny.
It's not a hoodie though. I'll expect a hoodie next year.
Yeah, no, we got more merch on the way. Definitely first year under our belts. We're a little more grounded now, so we'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Come out the press lot.
Are we talking about
yeah,
today, guys?
We got a lot of matchups.
I love it. Most
right,
wonderful time of the year.
We're gonna go through all of the first round matchups, and everyone's gonna pick who they think's gonna win. I wasn't on the show last year because I had to work, which was rude. But this year I'll be basing my picks off of which mascot I like better. I think it'd be fun just to have a rhyme and reason to why I'm picking. So yeah, we're gonna roll with that, and then the guys are gonna make some educated opinions because let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
So should we kind of do the whole quadrant?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking we'll go from south, just so everyone knows.
Yeah,
south
we'll kind of
to west to east to Midwest for last, if everyone's good with that.
Yeah, so we'll kind of do this, then do this, and then maybe pick our final four participant, and then go to the next one.
I do want to ask
people.
I do want to ask before we get into all these matchups if Tommy or Brendan have any thoughts of teams that didn't make it, or maybe a certain team that did make it that maybe shouldn't have.
Maybe a team that had flight
Tommy
delays.
doesn't want to tee that up. I'd be happy to say it's funny. North Carolina 1,000% didn't deserve to be in. I think Indiana and even like West Virginia had way better resumes than we talk about like losses. North Carolina has a quad 3 loss. Indiana didn't. And my issue though is if they win this first game, I could see them make a little run, and they'll be like, "Oh, it was proven." But when you got North Carolina's athletic director as the head of the committee, that's a tough look. When they talk about don't lose to bad teams, and they did, and still put them in, is crazy.
Yeah. What about like
So just real quick on that point, I think I'm glad you called that out because there's a difference between deserving to be in and then winning a game. Those are like disconnected.
Right.
Because there's so much goes like the matchup of the team you played, and these are one game scenarios. Maybe the team's just off that day, they're not hitting shots. There's a randomness to a one game scenario, so people tend to like, that if the last team in loses, like, well, they shouldn't have been in. Like that's not necessarily
right,
and vice versa. Right? They could go on a run and still have not deserved to get in. Which, I mean, they only beat us by what, like 20? That's not good enough. So
it's weak.
Come on.
I did think some of the seedings, I felt like some of these teams were underseeded. When you look at like the advanced metrics and stuff, like Gonzaga being an 8 seed, I thought that was kind of wild. They have to be probably one of the best 8 seeds that's been in the tournament. And who was the other one?
Even Louisville at 8 is kind of interesting too.
Well, yeah. Louisville was the other one.
And Michigan at 5 after winning the Big Ten.
Yeah, I saw something on Louisville and like because they put like the seed for like the number 13 ranked team in the AP for the last 15 years, and they were all 3s, 4s, and 5s, and that's where they ended up, and they're 8. So yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Well, and I know that I'm one of the first ones to defend the ACC for being viewed as like a weak conference. I know this year was a little different, but I mean, what was it? 3 teams? No, 4 teams made it. A lot of people projected it. What was it, like 111 out of 111 of bracketologists didn't have UNC in it, but no, I mean, I was kind of shocked that Louisville, got an 8 seed. I thought it was kind of disrespectful, but I mean,
how do you guys feel about the SEC having 14 teams in?
Jesus.
I mean, I don't know, getting to watch some of those games. There's a lot of good teams, so it'll be interesting to see if they perform the way that they were placed in.
Yeah.
Are we going to do the first 4 matchups too before we?
No, I think we're just
toss them in with the picks to the regions.
Yeah, we'll toss them with the picks.
I was excited to talk about the mascots. But
you can sure talk about it. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, give us like 20 minutes on Alabama State and Stephen F. Austin. Go for it.
Hey.
All right.
It's not
Lumberjacks, baby.
Stephen F. Austin.
Oh, what the hell is this
St. Francis University? What's up, Max?
It's Max. Oh no! If we let Max in, then Melissa, I just realized we're outnumbered by West Coasters.
You are severely outnumbered.
Hell's happened to the show.
So the 1 versus 16 matchup in our first region matches the Auburn Tigers versus either the Red Flash or the Hornets.
I love it.
St. Francis Red Flash or the what is it? The
Alabama State.
Alabama State.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Red Flash beating Alabama State, and then I'll take I really like the Red Flash, but I also don't want to look really stupid by picking the 16.
No, you're just going mascots, so you're not going to look stupid. Which mascots do you like better?
Red Flash versus Tigers. You got to go Red Flash.
There you go.
I mean, that is that. What is it exactly? Is the Red Flash like? What are they referring to? We're gonna have to Google while you guys.
Yeah, for definitely good order of operations there. Pick them to win 2 games first, and then figure out what it is. A tiger can mess some stuff up, man. So I thought Tiger would be stronger at that.
Love it. All right.
Iowa State's basically going to win her bracket, right? Because they'll just wipe anything out in its path.
Yeah. Well, safe to say I'm going Auburn in this one. I imagine Tommy and Brendan are going Auburn.
Concur.
Okay. Can we move forward to the next one?
Yeah,
Then?
the two of
And
a little
Vish?
much. Yeah, I got Auburn.
Okay. Next matchup. Got a good one
there-
here.
There's nothing excited about the Red Flash. It was just a nickname that they used because of the school colors, and then just made it official in the 70s.
Okay. Do you want to go Auburn then too, or are you?
No, it's still Red Flash is more fun than Tigers.
Okay. All right. Next one, we got 8-seeded Louisville going up against 9-seeded Creighton. Brendo, you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, this is one of the ones where, of course, it's like one of the first things I'm looking at, and I'm like, dang, this one's already tough. I love the way that Louisville's played, but in this one, I feel like Creighton's kind of getting hot just at the right time, and so I'm gonna roll with Creighton.
There you go. Tom's.
So I was going back and forth on this one too, but I watched Creighton play in the semis, and I really liked how they played. I feel like Creighton has just been so good for so long, pretty much since Dougie Buckets. I know it's his dad as the coach, but I'm saying I'm going Creighton on this one as well.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love Kalkbrenner Ashworth. I think he was he a transfer from Utah State, Ashworth? Or is it Utah Valley, Utah State? Yeah. Great guard. But man, I love what Pat Kelsey's done year one. Done a phenomenal job. This is what happens when you hire someone with a proven track record as a head coach, even if it is at the mid-major level. In Louisville, I mean, they started 6-5, 21-2 since. They've been hot too. I'm going with Louisville in this one, and I think whoever wins this game, I like Creighton too. I think whoever wins this game takes down Auburn too.
I love it.
So for me, it's the Cardinals versus the Blue Jays. I don't really want to see the battle of red, so I'm gonna take the Blue Jays. So it'll be the Blue Jays versus the Red Flash.
Ooh,
I like it. Okay,
I got Louisville. I think they're underseeded here. Both these teams are playing well, so this is,
great matchup.
This is a tough matchup. Yeah, I like Louisville though.
All right,
and then I do not share your confidence that whoever wins this is good. I think Auburn's really, really good.
I agree.
Haven't they lost 4 or something?
I don't know. They look kind of shaky. I know that the SEC is really good, but they've lost 3 of their last 4. I don't know. I feel like you got to always be on in the tournament. You're always playing a good team. I think that I don't know.
All right.
Next one.
Says Bruce Pearl tends to underachieve when expectations are in play. All right. Next, we got Michigan versus UC San Diego.
Vish, I'm going to let you go first on this one. We'll switch it up.
So this is I think my only one, but this is one of my 5-12 upsets.
Wow.
I went and introduced some West Coast bias into this before you guys did, but I'll go with San Diego. I think Michigan's got some really bad losses on their resume. I could see them yakking. I know they won the Big Ten tournament, so they're playing well now, but I could see them yakking a game here. And I was looking for a 5-12, and I was like, who would completely blow a game? And Michigan felt like that team. When they play bad, they play really bad. Like they're a good team that is capable of playing awful basketball, and so I think San Diego can take them.
There you go, Melissa.
It is the battle of the Wolverines versus the Tritons. Now this one's actually tough because Wolverine's actually really cool, but a Triton is like a weapon. Like their mascot is a weapon.
The picture is like King Triton.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's kind of cool too. This one's tough. I guess I can infuse some West Coast bias on this one. I'm gonna take the Tritons over the Wolverines.
There you go. All right, so Melissa's going with the Tritons. I mean, this is one of the popular 12-5 upsets. I try to go away from all the mainstream ones that people are picking. But to me, man, after I thought about it, it just makes too much sense for me, man. First year, being eligible for the tournament, right? 4 of the 5 starters came from Division II basketball. I think they have the longest active win streak with 15 games in a row, 30 wins overall. Number 2 in the nation turnover percentage. You know, Michigan turns it over a good amount. I know they got 2 7-footers, but man, I don't know. There's something
Max has
about
Fountain Valley High School winning.
those Tritons. I'm going with the Tritons, baby. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm going with the Tritons.
Wait, where did that come from?
I was fumbling around trying to find it. That's why I was stalling.
But why do you? I got so many questions I'm going to ask you after the show's over. I don't want to derail.
You're gonna have
things.
more after the show is over. Trust
Oh
me.
my
Just
god!
wait.
Oh my god! You over prepared. Anyway, Tommy.
I got the Tritons.
Thomas, what do we got?
Toms.
So one of my best friends went to UC San Diego, and he told me about the Tritons about a month ago. And that's when I started believing and I started watching. And then they went on this fat run to be the most D1 win streak for this year. And if I'm a betting man, right? So I was looking at the line too. And the 5-12, all the other ones are pretty high. 2.5 Michigan. So you know it's going to be a damn close game. And I do also have UC San Diego. That was going to be my first upset special of the bracket. You guys beat me to the punch. So
we're
there it
4
is.
for 4 on the Tritons right now.
There we go.
Brendo, are you going to make it a sweep?
No.
Ah,
I too side with Matt on the
Oh, no.
it's a popular pick and it makes it hard to do it because I feel like when you think it's coming, it never comes. My thing is I think it's actually going to be a great game. My issue is teams that are coming in hot into the tournament, just won the Big Ten, which is a good conference. And I think the one thing that like UC San Diego is undersized. They have some guys that really get after it and they're dogs and they fight. But I think Michigan will be the first team that they've played where they play against some skilled bigs, especially with experience, right? So was it Goldslav or whatever, their big dog from FAU that came with their coach. He has experience making it deep into the tournament. And I think Michigan's going to squeak by this one, but I don't see them going too far after that.
okay.
What up, Doom? Thanks for joining us. Look at the thumbnail.
He's gone back to excluding you, Melissa.
This plays for McNeese State now.
I mean,
Your Kadir Copeland, the transfer from the dude that hit the winner against us. He transferred to McNeese, Vish, from Syracuse.
Oh,
Remember that dude that hit the game-winning?
oh
three?
yeah, yes, I do.
I would like to remind everybody that 2 years ago, people had Drake upsetting Miami in that first round, that 12-5 matchup.
Yeah.
And it almost came to fruition.
It almost did.
It was dangerous.
Tommy and Brendo were sitting next to me during that game, and it was not a fun time for anyone.
Fish was in the building.
gotta
That was
love it.
before we all knew each other.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. All right, next matchup.
All right.
We've got Texas A&M versus Yale. Brendo, go first.
Upset special number 1 here, folks.
Oh.
Yale getting after it. Last 2 years, last 2 tournaments, there's been an Ivy League team that has won. I think that trend continues. Their best dude, Pulakidis, dude's a monster. He scored 28 points in the championship game of the Ivy League. He scored more than 25 points 6 times this year. He had 23 against Purdue, 22 against Minnesota. So dude knows how to fill it up against quality opponents. I think the Yale Bulldogs are tough. They get after it. They're gritty, and I think they'll slow the game down a little bit and kind of cause every possession to really matter. And when that gets amplified, the people in the stands are feeling the energy, and everyone's pulling for Yale. I think they pull a close one with my dog Pulakidis hitting a game winner. Send that one through.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
Tommy?
Polikitis is a beast. I was watching him on Sunday, right before the Selection Sunday show. They had a nice win in the championship. I was telling my buddy, I was like, whoever Yale's going to cause some problems, but I didn't realize they're going to be a 13 seed, and I think Texas A&M is going to win this game. It's going to be a really close game. I would take definitely them to cover 8 points, though. So if you're betting, bet the cover.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a close game for sure. But I got to go with my guy, Wade Taylor. I've been on him since he was a freshman. I think he's going to show out, have a great game, lead Texas A&M, get the first round dub. Going to lose in the second round to UC San Diego, though.
Right into the Sweet 16, huh?
Tritons, baby.
This 4-13 matchup pits the Aggies versus the Bulldogs. What the fuck is an Aggie anyway? Like, it's like a nickname for agriculture. Like, who cares?
The mascot is a dog called Reveille.
I'm gonna take the Bulldogs in this one.
There you go.
They're gonna lose to the Tritons.
I feel like you should have I feel like, a bulldog going against a bunch of people cosplaying military. I take the military people. They're all armed.
No, it's not about who you think is gonna win in a fight. It's like, which mascot do I?
Yeah, their mascot's also a dog. But anyway, we got a couple dogs here. I'm going A&M on
Losing to the
this.
Tritons anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I got A&M on this, and I also did have UC San Diego going through. Maybe as we go through, everyone can just do 2 rounds because we're never gonna get through this if we. But I got UC San Diego, and then against I had Auburn winning the other one. I know Matt went with the Louisville / Creighton winner, and I got Auburn coming out of this quadrant. Melissa?
If I finish this quadrant, it would match up the Red Flash versus the Tritons. The Alabama State Red Flash versus the UC San Diego Tritons.
That's not Alabama State was the Hornets. St. Francis.
Sorry. Forgive me. It's all right. I got the Tritons beating the Red Flash.
All right, so you got San Diego coming out of this. Matt?
For which one?
Just who do you have coming out of this quadrant now?
Oh, that quadrant?
Yeah.
I had,
You can go game by game too. We spent
Yeah.
25 minutes doing 4 games
So,
or
to
whatever.
be-
So we gotta keep it moving.
to be completely transparent, I kept switching Texas A&M and UCSD, but I have Louisville coming out.
Ooh.
Woo.
We're just talking about this section, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
section. Yeah, to make the Elite Eight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got the Tritons.
Yeah, I have Auburn.
I'm rocking with Auburn as well.
Staying Auburn too.
All
For
right.
people who are coming in late, I'm basing my match off of which mascot I like better. There's no actual basketball knowledge getting put into this. It's just for fun.
So it's like our normal show where we don't have basketball knowledge and Matt comes in and drops all the facts.
Hey,
That's not true.
I break down the women's games.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Matt's talking about Chin series and all this stuff, and we're like, huh. Sounds good.
Been the entire season. Matt's been sending me.
It'd be nice if our team did. All right.
Earl Timberlake.
The Earl Timberlake blast from the past. All right, Ole Miss, San Diego State / UNC here.
You go first, Fish.
Okay, I got UNC actually coming out of this. I have them beating San Diego State and beating Ole Miss.
So it's the Aztecs versus the Tar Heels. I'll take the Aztecs in that one. And then what is Ole Miss? The Rebels?
Rebels.
Yes.
Rebels versus the Aztecs.
Notorious losers in war. Just throwing it out there.
Rebels sounds like a cool name though. Or Aztecs. Let's go Aztecs.
There you go.
I'm gonna go Aztecs.
I also have North Carolina coming out of this season.
After we just talk shit about them to start.
Yeah. As much as I wanted to pick my boy Michael Brown Jones, just couldn't do it.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, Sean
God.
Padula got some.
Well, we got Ben Allen Lubin though, so you know.
Yeah. So no, I
You
went
don't
with.
mention Boeheim on the show.
But yeah.
Tommy, who you got?
I also have UNC coming out of this.
Oh my god.
They played Duke so good, and they should have won that game, honestly, even though they're down by 20.
Without Cooper Flag, though, let's just notate that as well.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Lane
go ahead, Brandon.
violation.
Even though I took UNC too, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna round out the group this time, and I think it's whoever wins the San Diego State and UNC game is
Yeah.
gonna continue on and beat Ole Miss.
I think either way too. Yeah. Yep. All right, next one. 3-seeded Iowa State, 14-seeded Lipscomb. I'm gonna go with Brendo first.
You know, I'm excited about this one, you guys.
I know you are.
Iowa State, great team. The issue is they are not the Lipscomb Bison. But if Oakland was the call last year, this is
why
my.
are you revealing the mascot before it gets to me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just get too excited. Lipscomb, this is near and dear to my heart in more ways than just one. Now, like this past week has been the most unbelievable time getting to watch all the conference tournaments. But Lipscomb, I'm watching. I'm like, dang, like I love the way that they play. To then find out that their head coach, Linnea Cuff, used to coach at Alabama Huntsville, which is a Division II powerhouse. And that is like our offensive schemes that I started to kind of tinker with as I was becoming a varsity head coach. I watched hours of Alabama Huntsville video to then find out that their head coach moved on to Lipscomb and has had them going on a tear here. They got 4 of their starters shoot over 35% from 3. They shoot 37% from 3 as a team, which is 4th in the country. They only average like 9.8 turnovers per game, which is 22nd in the country. They're 25th in the country in defensive rebounding percentage, 9th in free throw percentage, 48th in field goal percentage, and they're 3rd in the country in fouls given. So they attack the basket. They get fouled a lot. I think Iowa State down a guy is going to come out a little flat. They got
Maybe
one
even
guy,
two
they're
also.
down 2, but one of them's coming back. But it'll be their first game in a little while. And the name to watch out for, we got 2 guys. We got Ognancevich. It's averaging 20 a game, shoots 40% from 3, but look for a little, not quite to the level, but a little Jack Gohlke experience from my man Joe Anderson, who in the ASUN tournament was averaging 25 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 41% from 3. The Bison, I'm going to have to say it again, the Bison are going to take this W. Very excited.
Love it.
Tommy, that's the most. I think that might be the most airtime Lipscomb's ever gotten. Anyway, go
that
Tommy.
And it's deserved.
That was amazing. I'm not that fired up about Lincecum, but I like the facts.
Lipscomb.
But hear me out. So this game actually 14.5-point favorites for Iowa State. So you know where my money is. I'm going to be hammering that they cover because that's a lot. I think it's going to be a lot closer than 14.5. Still got to take Iowa State in it, but my money's going the other way.
Oh man. So I've been going back and forth on this one. Iowa State, like Brendo said, dealing with some injuries to their 2 guards.
Keyshawn Gilbert.
Keyshawn Gilbert and is it Lipsy?
Yeah.
Lipsy?
Yeah. Lipsy.
2 of their main shot creators. I watched their game against BYU conference tournament game, and it was the one where Curtis Jones went off. There was a 5-minute stretch. Dude was on a heater, scored 22 points in 5 minutes. Absolutely insane. I'm going in with Iowa State in this one. I think they still got enough to take them down. I think it's going to be a really close game, but I'm going Iowa State. Just like Nate said in the comments, Otts is a legit coach. But yeah, I'm going Iowa State in this one.
So this matchup is the Bison versus the Cyclones. Google describes a bison as a large bovine, and we all know what a cyclone is. Ordinarily, I probably would have picked Cyclones because it's a big weather system and all these things, and I'm a Hurricanes fan. But I sat in the car while Vish drove to Orlando and back to watch us play the Cyclones, and we lost, and I was very upset about that. So I'm gonna go with the Bison,
Anyway,
the large bovine.
I'm going Iowa State. I think they're much better than Lipscomb.
Fair enough.
That's why we play the game.
The
Exactly.
Aztecs.
Oh, I am well aware of what happened last year with Brendo nailing all the.
This is like Oakland's not gonna win.
We knew about Gilkey before anyone else. But,
Yes, sir.
So I know this is gonna blow up in my face, but I'm going.
All right.
Can I introduce the next one?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
go
you
ahead.
can. Home field advantage.
So the next matchup is number 7 Marquette versus number 10, my home state, New Mexico. Yes, I was born there and lived there for a whole 10 months of my life. So it is the New Mexico Lobos versus the Marquette Golden Eagles. I don't even know what a lobo is. I think it's like a wolf or something.
It's wolf in Spanish.
Yeah. So Bish would know that. So no offense.
Well, you
to the
should. You
Golden
live in
Eagles.
Miami.
No offense to the Golden Eagles, but I'm taking the Lobos.
I mean, am I going next because she went out of order?
Yeah, you can go. And
all
then
right. Yeah, I
I'll
got
go
New
after you.
I got
and
New
we'll
Mexico.
go
I got New
Tom and
Mexico
Brenda
as
were
well.
like, what the fuck? She's from New Mexico.
Briefly,
So-
I got
Oh,
New
go ahead.
Mexico winning as well. Yeah.
So this one's tough for me. I love Cam Jones, great player, one of my favorite players to watch in college basketball. I love Shaka. But man, it's been impressive seeing what New Mexico's done, what Rich Pitino's done, losing all those guys from last year, Jalen House, Jamal Mashburn Jr., and JT Toppin. Just a great job. Really deserves an opportunity at a major school. Hopefully he gets it. But also, I got to shout out Mustafa Amzil, still on New Mexico.
My God.
That's Melissa's guy. Transfer target for the Hurricanes. I don't even know how
Let's go,
long ago.
Mustafa
2 years ago?
Amzil.
I mean, his ass was on campus for some reason, but
Yeah, like 2 or 3 years ago. This one I keep going back and forth on, though. But I'm going with Marquette in this one. Just love Cam Jones.
I'm disappointed in you, Matthew.
Can't go on the other side of Shaka. But yeah, I'm going with Marquette in this one. Go ahead, Toms.
Dude, this one's been really tough. I don't have much to say, but I'm going Marquette. It's gonna be a good
Okay.
game.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. This was one of the ones that took me a while because Donovan Dent from New Mexico, one of the best guards in the country.
Yeah.
So fun to watch. I think he'll have a great game. Cam Jones a beast though, and I too also I'm a Shaka fan, so I think I got to go Marquette here.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Love
Vish.
it.
I always got your
Alright.
back. You know this.
This next one, we got 2-seeded Michigan State going up against 15 seed Bryant. 2 former Canes on Bryant. We got Earl Timberlake, Conference Player of the Year. He was also on the all-defense team. And also Ja'Kai Robinson. I think he's like 6th or 7th man off the bench.
That man
Yeah,
was starting games for us last year. Like we've been down so bad, man.
He was on the court in the final 4 minutes of Miami UNC last year because he was so important to us.
Yeah, we were down bad. Anyway, I'll go
Yeah.
first real quick because I'm just gonna say Michigan State. Anyone that has Earl Timberlake as their best player, I'm not picking. All right, go ahead, Melissa.
So it's the Bulldogs versus the Spartans. I already have the Bulldogs in another matchup, so I'm going to take the Spartans because why would I have 2 of the same mascot?
There you go.
True.
Yeah, so I'm really big on Michigan State. Really good defensive team. I think what, kind of got them around the corner is the improvement offensively. I think a huge part of that has been Jace Richardson, probably one of the least talked about freshmen. I know there's a lot of freshmen doing a lot of things in college basketball, but just what he's been doing, scoring the basketball, being the second leading scorer on Michigan State, and doing it efficiently, shooting 51% from the field, 41% from 3. But I think the thing I love about Michigan State too is just the amount of guys they play too. They're a really deep team. There's not much drop off. I have them going to the Final Four, so I'm taking them here. I'm fortunate for Earl Timberlake and Ja'Kai Robinson. At least they got an opportunity to play in the tournament. But yeah, I'm going Michigan State. Thomas?
And who do you guys
Go
have
ahead, Thomas.
coming out of the region? Oh, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, going Michigan State as well. I think this is pretty clear cut.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going Michigan State too. But I do feel like of all the 2 seeds, they're so tough, but they also don't have like a clear cut like scorer, you know. And so I think if any 15 is going to slide through, it might be the Bryant Bulldogs, but definitely picking Michigan State.
Who do you guys have coming out of this part of the bracket? I have a great matchup of the Bison and the Lobos, with the Lobos coming out and matching up with the Tritons.
Yeah, so I have Iowa State and Michigan State, and I have Michigan State moving on.
Yeah, I also got Michigan State moving on.
I got Lipscomb playing Michigan State.
Oh!
After they upset UNC following the Iowa State upset. But
Bison.
Michigan State is getting out of the region.
Yeah, I've got Iowa State, Michigan State, and I have Iowa State actually beating Michigan State. All right, so go ahead and who do you have? So then everyone had teams from the top half too, just to refresh. So who do you all have go into the Final Four from here?
I already said Michigan State, so you guys can go ahead.
My matchup is the Tritons versus the Lobos. I'm gonna have to take the Tritons
Love
on
it.
this one.
Yeah,
There we go.
All right, yeah, that's definitely happening. I got Auburn.
You know what's gonna happen now, right?
Oh, they're 100% winning the tournament.
I got Auburn as well.
Tommy?
I have Auburn playing Michigan State, and I think Michigan State beats them.
Love it.
Love
All
it.
right. Now we can.
Should I submit this bracket on ESPN when I'm
Yes,
done?
1,000%.
Yeah.
All right.
Who else has UC San Diego versus New Mexico in the Elite Eight?
Let's go.
Tritons versus Lobos.
All right. So we're to the west, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Brendo, you want to start it off? Oh, I mean, Florida, Norfolk
Yeah,
State.
Florida.
Can I say I
now.
feel like there's the potential for like Norfolk State to like for a few minutes like really like hang around for a little
sure.
bit, but then like Florida just like fully flexes and it's over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fascinated by the next round matchup.
Me too.
Regardless of UConn or Oklahoma, I think that'll be a great game.
Yeah. So everyone's got Florida here.
Well, hold on. Melissa's
Melissa.
variable. So you got Gators versus what is Norfolk State?
Norfolk State Spartans versus the Florida
Ooh.
Gators. I unfortunately picked the Spartans in a previous matchup, and I can't pick the same one twice. So I unfortunately have
Don't
to
do
pick
that,
the Gators
Toms.
on this one.
Don't do that.
We're chomping over there.
Whoa! What's happening over here? Anyway,
the Gator chomp.
oh,
Why would you do that on a Miami Hurricane show?
That's wild.
Yeah, you're literally gonna get booted, bro.
Do you want to
Like,
get invited back?
I have booted people before. I'm just throwing it out.
Do you want to get invited back? Because we can find another Tommy. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's another Thomas out there somewhere.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Anyway, UConn and Oklahoma.
Go
Oh
ahead,
man,
Here you go.
I feel God. So the thing is, I am a hater first before anything else. So whoever I pick to win this, I have to pick to win the next game too. So that's what puts increased stakes on this 8-night matchup. And oh God, I picked UConn, but I don't feel good about it. I feel like they're on fumes now. If you win after winning twice, they feel like they're just not there this year. But I don't really like Oklahoma either, so I'll go UConn. But I don't feel great about this, and I'm picking them to win 2 games because fuck Florida. All right, Melissa.
The Huskies versus the Sooners. The Sooners just really annoy me, honestly. Like, it's just the whole Boomer Sooner thing is really annoying. So I'm gonna take the Huskies. And I have the Huskies over the Gators because I just can't pick Gators.
Yeah, no, forget. I mean, I was this close to hitting the Norfolk State button. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think this 8-9 matchup is going to be a great game. Everyone knows how good UConn's offense is, everything they run and stuff. I know me and Brendan talk about it a lot. They're third in the nation in assisted field goals made. Crazy stat. They haven't been as good defensively this year. I feel like that's kind of been the drop off. I have them winning this game, though. I think it's going to be a really close game. And just like Vish, I have whoever winning this 8-9 matchup taking out Florida. Because fuck the Gators.
Damn
Go ahead,
right.
Tommy.
Fair enough.
41-17.
This game's gonna be great, by the way. I sort of can't wait for this to happen. UConn, 2-time defending champs. I just think they get it done down the stretch. They have experience. Taking UConn.
There you go. Brendo?
Yeah, I think I'm also rolling UConn. I don't know. Oklahoma's kind of a sneaky team, but I think either one of these teams is going to give Florida a great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff. All right. Next.
You want to go to the next one, Melissa?
Memphis, Colorado State. Hold on. Where's my... There it is. So that is the Memphis Tigers versus the Colorado State Rams. There is a little bit of bias for me here because of who coaches Memphis.
About to say your man Anthony.
Oh, she loves Penny Hardaway. That makes sense.
So I know the Tigers are boring, but I did not pick Auburn, so it's in the running. So I'm gonna take the Tigers. I'm gonna take over the Rams.
Brendo, you want to go next, and then we'll just
sure.
Go
I mean, I think this is one where talk about like Ken Palm and stuff, and these teams are both extremely close in terms of like analytics. I think Memphis is a team that's kind of streaky that could be really good and play with literally anyone, but they also could kind of crumble a little bit. So I think this game's going to be great, but I do have Memphis coming out of it.
Fair enough. Tom's?
Dude, I was going back and forth. This one was going to be really good. I actually went and checked out the line because I was very curious what the line was, and I'm going with the line. They got Colorado State by 3.
That's crazy.
That's an insane.
Isn't it insane?
I think their Ken Palm's higher than Memphis's is or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you want to know something crazy? So, Colorado State's been hot. They've won 10 in a row. But on December 1st, they had a net ranking of 207. And now they're 47th in net ranking.
Wow.
Which is absolutely wild. Like, what a jump. They've gotten some quality wins against,
I'll take flawed statistics for 100, Alex.
Couple wins against Utah State.
Yeah, you should not be able to affect that much of a change on a statistic that's stable and actually properly evaluate teams. But anyway, go ahead, man.
All right, and then 2 wins against Boise State, another team that probably should have been in the tournament, or an argument could be made. Nick Clifford, one of the most efficient players in college basketball, been shooting the 3 well too. Really, has made him more of a versatile guy. I think he has a big game. I like Colorado State here, and I have them winning 2 games.
All right, well, I can't go against Penny either. Shout out to Lil Penny. Those were creative commercials. I remember him in his Memphis State days before they shortened the name to Memphis. We'll go Memphis here.
There you go.
And the last one, Maryland, Grand Canyon. I know.
Go ahead, Vish.
I know Brenda's got an affinity for games at Grand Canyon, so I'll give it that. I'm going. Actually, I guess Maryland's kind of a local school here. It's College Park. It's like 20 minutes from here, but I'll go Maryland.
Melissa?
So you got the terrapins, which are turtles, versus the antelopes. I mean, this is an obvious choice. Antelopes for sure. I mean, come on now. I think if anyone's picking a mascot, they're taking the antelope over the turtle.
Those terrapins will mess you up, man.
And I got the Lopes beating the Tigers in the second round.
There you go.
Wait, how's an antelope gonna? The tiger. That's literally what they eat, right?
Because an antelope is so much cooler.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Tiger
All right.
only got my vote in the first round because it's Penny.
All right. Go ahead, Matt.
This is a tough one. So to be honest with you, I haven't caught a ton of Maryland. I watched a couple of like snippets of games. This is more me coming from the standpoint of I just love the Lopes, man. Tyon Foster Grant kind of had a little bit of an underwhelming season. I think he turns it on once March Madness starts. Random stat. Grand Canyon is the only Division I team this century to have 6 different players score at least a dozen points in a conference tournament championship game. So, they have a few guys that can score the rock. But yeah, I got to go with the Lopes.
I love it.
Yeah. Got to love that next round matchup of Colorado State and Grand Canyon too.
All right, you want to finish off here since you're talking? You want to just finish off your quadrant here, or whatever this is?
What do you mean,
Matt? Like, pick who you got coming out of this corner.
Oh, out of
That
this
was-
corner?
Yeah, that was the last game for this corner. So
I don't even think I picked that yet. I think I just had those games and then.
what were you planning on doing? We were going all the way here.
I got the Lopes beating the Huskies.
Nice.
There
Okay.
you go. Yeah, no. Oh, I had UConn and Colorado State. That's why.
Okay.
I'm gonna go UConn in that one, unfortunately. But yeah,
I've got Maryland, UConn, and I got Maryland coming out of that. Tommy?
This is tough. And Grand Canyon killed us last year in the tournament. And I was a believer after that. I think they're not getting enough credit for being a 10.5 point dog. I definitely want to bet them to cover that for sure. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think they beat Maryland. Definitely covering for sure. So if you're a money man, Grand Canyon covers.
Who do you have coming out, Toms?
So I have.
Oh, I thought we already did. I completely fucked this up. We hadn't picked that yet. I thought we did.
No, we
no,
cool.
no.
Send
Yeah,
it,
so
guys.
I have
It's okay.
I have Colorado State versus UConn, and I think UConn somehow sneaks through again. I just don't see them dropping out early. They're going for a three-peat this year.
I love it.
And then I have GCU winning this game against Maryland. I think Dad Foster's a monster. He's going to come alive in the tournament. I do, coming out of this region, though, unfortunately, do have Florida coming out, but I promise they're not going to go much farther. But I do got to rock with Florida beating this group of teams.
Okay.
Go Lopes.
Go Lopes.
Lopes up. Played
Next
against the
section.
Lopes when I was in college, actually. Fantastic
There you
team section.
Is this the section we were talking about, Brendan?
What?
That you texted me about, or was this a different?
No,
or I'm
it was
thinking of a
the
different one.
South.
Oh yeah, my bad. All right, Brendo, you want to start us off with number 11 seed?
Oh
Drake?
man, this is another one of those.
Missouri.
It's like how many people are loving Drake right now, and it's like, well, is it going to happen? I think Missouri's really good. It's going to be a fascinating game because Drake likes to play slow and really execute, and Missouri
Yes.
likes to play fast.
Slowest pace in college basketball.
Yeah, and so it's tough when teams like that clash. I've been watching, and I've wanted to really get on the Drake hype train, but I just can't do it. And I'm rolling with Missouri in this one.
Fair enough. Tom's.
I went to ESPN because I was curious about this one too, but they have Missouri by 6.5. Staying with ESPN's line as well. Go Missouri. I should have done that. I should have just did whoever has a better line I'm going with. Vegas always does. Next year.
So then no
Oh,
upsets for you,
God.
huh, Tom?
Yeah, literally no upsets.
Hey, no, they're
Well, no, he would have had Colorado State.
Yeah,
So
you
they
got
got their
State,
favor. Yeah,
2.5.
so
Colorado State 2.5.
Yeah.
This matchup is a dilemma for me. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh yeah. So I mean,
Some repeat
Matt
mascots.
McCollum, another guy that's done a phenomenal job I think he's going to get an opportunity at a power conference school. Wish it was at a certain school, but it's okay.
Like every single one of your comments is just like oozing bitterness.
Drake, just like Brendo said, dead last and pace. Missouri likes to play a little quicker. Missouri averages like 85 points a game. Drake scored over 80 in games that haven't gone to OT 5 out of 33 times. So, you see the clash of pace and style. I've been going back and forth on this one a lot, but I believe in Dennis Gates, man. I think Missouri pulls this one out and defeats Drake.
So it's
Melissa.
the battle of the Tigers versus the Bulldogs, two mascots of which I've already picked both. The Canes do have history with both these teams. Missouri was kind enough to take Frank Haith off of our hands years ago. And we came back and beat Drake 2 seasons ago and ended up going to the Final Four. In this case, because both mascots have already been picked, Drake sounds cooler than Missouri. We'll go with Drake.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't pick any school that voluntarily hired Frank Haith, so I'm going with Drake.
All right, Vish, you want to go with the next one? 3-seeded Texas Tech, 14.
Well, I will cede the board over to Melissa here, as she has some connections here as well.
Oh,
So this matchup pits the Texas Tech Red Raiders, my dad's alma mater, versus the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. Now, ordinarily, the Seahawks is a really cool mascot, but I could never pick against the Red Raiders in the first round. That would just be terrible. So I'm going to take Tech.
there you go.
Yeah,
Vish?
I will also take the Tech, as Melissa calls them, and confuses me when she just refers to them as Tech. And I'm like, there's a lot of Techs. But anyway, I'll take Tech as well.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be an interesting one. Both teams play really slow. So Tech is 281st in tempo, and UNC Wilmington is 285th. So I already took the under on total points for this game. A game you could probably fall asleep and you won't miss too many scoring opportunities. I'm gonna go with Tech though. JT Toppin having a great year, pretty efficient offensively. Give me Texas Tech.
Give me Texas Tech as well.
Okay,
I'm with Texas Tech.
there we go. All right, next one. We got 7-seeded Kansas, 10-seeded Arkansas. Brendo, you want to go with this one
Let's
first?
talk about a coaching matchup
Oh,
here in the
yeah.
first round. Man, Kansas is underwhelmed, but it's just like it's tough to go against Bill Self, at least early. I mean, I know Kansas has definitely even underperformed in March of late, right? But I think I'm taking Kansas in this one.
I got a little help by the lines. I was curious too because I was like looking at it. I was like, "What is this?" They got Kansas by 4.5. I'm going Kansas, but then they're getting smoked by St. John's in the second round.
Do we know if Boogie is going to be back for this game? I know there was some. Do either of you guys know? I saw that he's practicing. No idea. So star freshman might be back for the game. To me, it doesn't really matter. I'm never picking a team with Hunter Dickinson on it. So I'm going with Arkansas, 10 seed here.
I forgot Matt hates Hunter Dickinson.
He was afraid that Hunter Dickinson would destroy our program if we brought him in. So
Yeah.
Oh, you
Good-
should have
good.
seen the shows that we had when people
Good-
were like,
good.
"We need Hunter Dickinson on our team," and I was like, "No."
if we have
I
Hunter
will-
Dickinson, we will quickly become the worst team in the ACC. Was exactly, and
So it's the matchup
damned
of
if we didn't anyway.
the Jayhawks versus the Razorbacks. I mean, a Razorback is basically a pig, but it has the word razor in it, which sounds cool. So I'm gonna take Arkansas. I'm gonna take the
There you
Razorback.
go.
I like that.
Yeah, this is the coaching matchup, right? This is Calipari himself, but I did actually see Arkansas play Oh, that was the night that we got screwed out of the football playoff. Anyway, because I was watching it on a phone in the press area for this game, and definitely a big red flag for Arkansas. That game was very close, and we led most of the way. So, but I feel like Calipari's due to actually win a first round game. So I'm gonna go Arkansas on this.
Okay.
All right, the last one is St. John's Omaha. I didn't know there was even another school in. Oh, I just thought it was just Creighton. But anyway,
Do you know who went to Omaha last year? Who played for them? One of the guys I talked about when we were talking about transfers, Frankie Fiddler, transferred to Michigan State from Omaha.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, what a name.
The Red Storm versus the Mavericks.
Who you got, Melissa?
Go for it,
When you
Melissa.
started off.
In honor of Vish, I won't pick the Mavericks, and I'll take the Red Storm.
Nothing is working out for anyone called the Mavericks right now in hoops, so yeah, we'll just push that one.
Plus, I have the Red Flash, and so now you get the Red Storm, so it works well.
St. John's, I think, is one seed good in terms of quality on how good that team is. I really like them.
But think of the coaching matchup in the second round.
Spoiler alert going forward, but I got St. John's big here. I don't think this is going to be competitive.
Patino versus Self for Calipari. I mean, you got some craziness.
Must watch.
Yeah. So I'm going with St. John's. Just some dogs defensively. Doesn't matter how they're playing offensively. They don't let it affect them. They're always going to come out, clamp you up, shut you down. And when they're making shots, they're unbeatable. RJ Lewis has been crazy this year. How many did he have in the championship? It was like I think he had 27 in the second half against Creighton, I want to say. It was something crazy like that. I'm all in on St. John's. I'm taking them, and I love that matchup of John Calipari going up against Rick Pitino the second round. I think there's been some beef between them too, so I think that would be a great.
Well, it's Kentucky Louisville that's where the beef comes from.
That's why
the battle of the money under the table recruiting.
By the way, Nate dropping a Lou Carnesecca reference. By the way, I think all three, right? Because Self too. These are like all three investigated by the FBI, right? Because I think they all got caught up in that stuff. So this is a good corner here.
Tom's
St. John's easy. It's going to be a great. I can't wait for that second match. Whoever they play, Kansas or Arkansas, must watch.
Brendo?
And I got the Johnnies as well. Have them leaving this section too.
There
All
you
right,
go.
who comes out of this section? Vish?
I got St. John's beating you. Oh, sorry.
You can go, Matt. It's fine.
Go for it.
I have St. John's beating UConn.
Tommy?
I also have St. John's coming out of this.
Yeah, I have St. John's beating Maryland. This is dangerous. They're going to lose. They're going to go ahead, Melissa.
So in the second round, I've got the Red Raiders beating the Bulldogs, and I've got the Red Storm beating the Razorbacks, which leads to the battle of the Red Storm versus the Red Raiders. Take the Red Raiders on that one, but the Red Raiders do not beat the Antelopes. I got the Antelopes coming out.
I love it.
Hey.
So right now, the first Final Four matchup is the Tritons versus the Antelopes.
Wow. That's must-see TV.
Hey,
And
Lopes,
I put that all
best
in
in
one
section in
breath.
the country on the West Coast.
Go back and rewatch that breakdown right there.
All right, we're going all the way across.
All right.
Oof.
Oh,
Here we
geez.
go.
I just realized it's been.
And just fast forward through my picks because it makes no sense whatsoever.
Are we just all going to say Duke, even though Cooper, can we just skip by that?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, Duke's
Okay.
good.
Well, Melissa's got what is your?
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
She's-
Sorry.
So the Canes have some issues with Mount St. Mary's because we lost to them in
Oh
overtime.
my God, that was Coach L's last game. He
That was
quit.
our last game. So
He's been coaching since the '60s. That was it. He was done.
it's the American Eagles versus the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers, which is really cool because, So I'm gonna take the Mountaineers over the Eagles. Why is this being weird?
So you got Blue Devils versus Mountaineers.
I'm gonna take the Blue Devils over Mountaineers. It sounds cool.
There you go.
I can't pick Mount St. Mary's.
They ended Coach L. All right, so we all got, as Matt said, I don't think anyone else is gonna pick against Duke there. So the first kind of real matchup. Start with you, Brendan. Mississippi State Baylor.
I haven't gotten to watch a ton of Baylor, but I have really liked Mississippi State. I think they play at a solid pace, and I think Mississippi State comes out of this one to keep it short.
Line is 1.5 Mississippi State. Go Mississippi State.
Yeah. Yeah, so Brendan said he hasn't really been able to catch a lot of Baylor. I'll tell you this. They got a center that's short as shit.
Yes.
You know, great matchup between two former Canes. We got Mike Nwoko going up against Norchad O'Meara. Oh,
Good God.
Mention it because I didn't have to.
Sick 'em.
I honestly was gonna take Baylor here just because of VJ Edgecombe, but after that, I feel like I just have to take Mississippi State, so I'm going
There
with
we go.
Mississippi State.
It's the Bulldogs versus the Bears. Yes, I've picked the Bulldogs on another occasion, but I refuse to pick Baylor, so I'm taking Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Yeah, there's no way I'm picking Norchad's team. Turncoat. Plucked his ass out of Arkansas State, made him into something, and
He
he
broke
bails.
my heart.
Screw
He
that guy.
walked past us at the baseball game before he decided to answer the transfer portal, and I nearly had a heart attack. Vish was there.
Anyway,
and then,
Oregon.
and then a few days later, he broke my heart.
Yeah, well, screw him.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a good matchup. I like this one.
Oregon Liberty. Melissa, are you ready to mascot it, or should I go first?
Oh yeah, it's Ducks versus Flames. Obviously, the Flames. Come on now, bro. Like flames, literal flames.
Yeah, I'm going Ducks here. I like Oregon. I think honestly, I think one of the things these West Coast teams that are in the Big Ten now having to travel a lot, I think it makes them tougher. I think having to play all those games out of your region toughens you up for the tournament because it's a weird environment, but they're kind of used to that. So I like Oregon.
Not so fast, my friend.
What are you, D Corso now? Wrong sport.
Melissa was onto something. Let me give you a name here. Caden Matheny. I don't even know if that's how you say his name. 21 points per game last three games, shooting 53% from three, shooting 10 attempts per game. 48% of their shots are threes. That's top 20 in the nation.
Gotta love it.
And they've been hot. And also, too, they beat McNeese and they beat Kansas State. So they played against some solid teams. I know Kansas State didn't make the tournament, but still a good power conference win. I'm going with the Flames here.
I love it. I mean, I think Dana Albin's beast. I feel like Oregon every couple of years always just makes like a random run as like a 5 through 7 seed in the tournament. And so as much as I am going to be cheering for Liberty to bang those threes, I think I'm rolling with Oregon in this one.
Tommy?
I already have 2 other 5s winning in the tournament. You can't have a third 5 winning. Or sorry, a third 12 winning. Sorry.
Oh no!
That's
boo.
Have majority.
I gotta go Ducks here. I already picked 2 other 12s.
All right, the last one is Arizona and Akron. Brenda, we'll start with you.
It's going back and forth. I really like the way that Arizona was playing. Akron make the 4th most threes in all of college basketball. And so they both want to play fast. Arizona loves playing fast. Akron loves playing fast. I think this will be a fantastic game. But I feel like Caleb Love's going to make some stupid 3 at the end to change it as he does. And so I'm going to go with Arizona, but I'm very excited to watch that one.
Tommy?
13.5 point favorites. I really just don't see Arizona losing first round. Even though they are choke artists, I don't see them losing this game.
They have ruined many of my brackets.
Yeah.
Matt?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game. Akron play a 10-man rotation. Almost all of them can shoot the ball. I think I think 9 out of 10 of them shoot 2 or 3 3-pointers a game. I can't remember how much it was. Man, Arizona, love Tommy Lloyd. Also, there's a certain player on their roster that went to Found Valley for a couple years. So shout out to him, Carter Bryant. I'm going to go with Arizona in this one. And it's not just because of the Found Valley connection.
All right.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Really fascinated to hear Melissa explain whatever the hell a zip is. Go for it.
Great name, though.
I didn't actually Google what a zip was. I just thought it was really cool. Hold on. What is a zip? Hold on.
You might have to put in Akron zip. I don't know that what is the zip is going to return anything useful.
It's really too bad Chattanooga is not in this tournament.
Akron Zip refers to the intercollegiate athletic teams nicknamed the Zips that represent the university, inspired by the popular rubber overshoe zippers made by Akron's BF Goodrich company.
So it's tires. It's tire related.
Yeah. So it's the Wildcats versus the Zips. It's kind of less cool that it's related to a tire, but it still sounds cool, the Zips. So I'm going to take the Zips. But they lose to the Flames easily in the second round.
I love the great breakdown from the names, too. This has been amazing. Great job, Melissa. Go ahead.
I have Arizona win this because I like their athletics. I think their front court's really athletic, and so I think that'll cause some trouble for Akron. Also, set up that classic, Big 12, Big 10 matchup of Arizona and Oregon in the second round. So I'm looking forward to that.
Zips Flames. Such a fun matchup. All right, who do you have coming out of this section? I've got the Blue Devils beating the Bulldogs, the Flames beating the Zips, and then I got the Zips beating the Blue Devils.
Wait, so you got Akron coming out of this?
I mean, I got the
Flames.
Blue Devils.
Either way, you got Liberty coming out of this. All right, then,
yes.
Matt, who do you have?
So, a lot of this, there's a lot of speculation on how healthy Cooper Flag is. Oh man! Right now, I have Arizona coming out.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, I'll just go real quick because I actually have Arizona coming out too. I've actually for some reason partially yes. But with our luck, they'll just prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Jay Lucas had nothing to do with their success as they win the championship easily. But anyway, just to rub some salt in Matt's wounds there. But no, I'm a big fan of Arizona's team this year, which I've said before, and then they go and lose the 2 seed. So, but I'm gonna ride with it. Tommy.
Yeah, I think first off, I do think you guys are overlooking Oregon. I think that Oregon Arizona is going to be a friggin' phenomenal game. Also, I have Duke playing whoever wins that game, but I don't think Duke's going to make it out without Cooper. So I really think it's the battle of Oregon Arizona. Arizona's going to somehow pull it off.
You just said we're overlooking Oregon, though.
I know.
He doesn't have to. So I think he explained himself. Why are you digging in on our guy here?
All right. I mean,
we didn't. Both of us picked Arizona without mentioning Oregon's name. So I think he was like, that's a tough game.
Because Liberty took them out because they're flaming, dog.
We got to get a Pac-12 matchup here, man, for old time's sake. So we got to be in Arizona and Oregon. Go ahead, Brenda.
I think with or without Cooper Flag, Duke exits this region. I think as a team, it's one of the best Duke teams that Duke's had in a while. I think Cooper Flag will probably be totally fine. He doesn't even have to play in the first round of this, and so he's got some time to heal up. But dude's a dog. I think he'll be fine once he gets it rolling. And I got Duke coming out of this.
Fair enough.
Well, it's time to go to the main part of the bracket here.
Oh yeah.
We have arrived.
Prime time, baby.
But first, BYU VCU.
Great game. Go ahead, Vish. You go first.
Yeah, I mean this is a tough one for me to pick. I honestly would have picked either of these teams in a different matchup, so that they're playing each other. It kind of sucks. I went with BYU, but I could easily see VCU winning this game. It's such a contrast too. This is going to be a fun game. Definitely one to watch.
So Rams versus Cougars.
There's so many. We're you know what I'm learning through this Melissa's picking here. How uninventive we are. There's so many Cougars, so many Rams, so many Tigers. Like, come up with something.
Well, I mean,
Something
right now
else.
my Final Four is like the Lopes and the Tritons.
Yeah, but how many Tigers have we run into
I
already?
know. Cougars versus Rams. I'm gonna take Rams.
Matt?
Brendo, you want to go next? I'm gonna go last.
Okay. I mean, I think I really love VCU this year. I feel like they got possibly seated too low. VCU's 30th in Ken Palm, BYU's 24th. So when we got tournament games and it's so close like this, I think the way that VCU plays defense, where BYU really relies on their outside shooting, I think the level that kind of VCU comes out and guards is going to bother that a little bit. And as the BYU teams in the past have struggled against teams that can really play defense. So I think VCU comes out of this one.
You got VCU?
I sure do.
Tommy?
BYU's favored by 3.5. I like BYU, but once they left the WCC, and I was watching VCU in the championship game, and I really liked how they played. Going VCU, baby.
All right, Matt, you want to go last.
So, BYU, man, VCU, great matchup. Feels like a second round matchup, to be honest.
No.
Yeah.
BYU, random stat for you. I think I told Brendan this. They lead the nation in corner threes made per game. It's like 3.3 per game. They're up there too in just threes made. I don't exactly know where they are at. But VCU, number one in effective field goal percentage and defense. They're just some dogs defensively. I mean, Ryan Odom, this is his third time taking a team to the tournament. He was at UMBC. He was it Utah State, right? And then now he's at VCU. Someone needs to give that man an opportunity at a power conference. I'm telling you. I'm rolling with VCU, baby. Let's go.
All right, we've arrived at the main event. I'm going to let Matt go first on this. Wisconsin, Montana.
Yeah. All right, let's start. I'm going to go first and then Vish, and then we'll go down, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, man. Well, what a matchup we have here. 3-seeded Wisconsin. 14-seeded Montana. Honestly, was really impressed with Wisconsin and made this decision very hard, if I'm being honest. They looked really good in the Big Ten tourney game. Beat Michigan State. John Tonji is a dog. Unfortunately, that dog is going up against a bunch of Grizzlies.
Money
Williams coming off the bench, leading score. Put up 30 against Tennessee. Joe Pridgeon is a 6'5" point guard tank. You want to hear some stats about him? Top 10 in offensive rebound, defensive rebound, and block percentage in conference play. Dude is an absolute dog in unit. Malik Moore, legit 3-and-D player. Their center, Tejan Sawyer, on the block. Just an absolute animal, but can also step back, shoot the three. Kai Johnson dropped 23 in the Big Sky Championship. Austin Patterson is the glue guy that brings it all together. I'm going with the Grizz, baby. Let's go. Go ahead, Vish.
Melissa, do you want to go first?
Badgers versus the Grizz. Who cares what a Badger is? It's all about the Grizz. Go Grizz. The Grizz.
All right, now I can.
And they easily beat the Rams in the second round.
So I'm picking Wisconsin because this whole thing started because I have two TVs in my living room, and as we were doing the season-ending show last year, Montana State was running on my secondary TV, and Matt, instead of watching the show, was just like watching basketball.
Well, no,
tip-off.
not watching the show.
Doing the show.
Like
Instead of
doing
doing
the
the
show.
show.
Instead of doing the podcast.
No. The show was on the main screen. That's why I meant instead of looking at the show, he was looking off to the side and watching Montana State tip off, and that led to this chain of events that has them now big. That's not going to work.
And then
Wisconsin.
I bought him a t-shirt.
I know. It led to a whole chain of events of all this random Montana stuff.
Go off the shirt.
He already did.
I
He
did.
popped it.
Yes.
I love it.
All of this came out of it happened to be on while we were doing the end of season show last year. That's not going to actually result in a tournament win. Wisconsin all the way here, blowout, non-competitive.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Vegas would agree 16.5. I actually do really like Montana. I think they have a great team. I've been watching it because Brendo and Matt sort of put me on. So I've been watching them. They've been kicking. They've been going hard, but I still don't think they're gonna get the W. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I'm gonna put a lot of money on them to cover this 16.5 point spread. I think they lose by like 4 out of some nonsense. But
I got it at 19.5. It's already moved a lot.
Man, it's moving.
Yeah.
I do take Wisconsin getting out.
Okay. Brendo?
All right. So since January 20th, a little stat for you. The Grizz have a top 40 offense in the country. They're shooting 61% from the 2-point range, shooting 42.1% beyond. And I've been kind of sitting here and thinking, Matt, I like your shirt. So I had to come in, get myself some Grizz.
Let's go.
Let's go, Grizz.
Overnighted that Grizz hoodie. What was I thinking?
The 3 people living in Montana, I hope they watch this. I mean,
Hey.
I think, you know.
Shout out Montana.
The Grizz.
Let's go, dude.
I surprised Matt with that shirt too. I just told him to look out for a package.
All right, so we've become a Montana show, which is good because we have a postseason now. All right.
This is a big quadrant right now because
I'm about to. I know who to throw this to. Don't worry. So this is St. Mary's Vanderbilt and Tommy. The floor is yours.
The
Wait,
Gales
hold on.
versus the Commodores.
Hold on. Tommy's going first, and
I
this
know. I
is
was
his goal.
just saying the mascots.
All right, so
Yeah, so it's Gales Commodores. Go for it, Tommy. Floor is yours.
if you guys don't know, I did go to St. Mary's College, and we made the tournament. We're 7th seed. We lost to Gonzaga in the finals in the championship game. We beat them twice during the regular season. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. If we would have beat Gonzaga, which we only lost by 4, I believe, in the championship in Vegas, we would have been a 5 seed. Right now, since we lost, we're coming in a 7 seed, which I think we're a little under-ranked because this is our 4th best team in our league or in our season. We're coming in with the WCC head coach nominee, freshman player of the year, WCC, and then WCC player of the year is also all in St. Mary's. Lion has a 3.5. I think it's going to be a really good game. I do think St. Mary's takes this one.
Brendo?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one. I had mentioned that Vandy is kind of a sneaky team coming out of the SEC. Played in that conference tough. But I do think that St. Mary's has learned from last year's mistake, and I think they'll be more well prepped to come in and take this one and really take Alabama down to the wire in the game after.
There you go. Yeah. Man. Gotta say, I was going back and forth on this one. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm rolling with the Gales.
Hey.
That how do you say? Is it Marshallonis, right?
Yeah, Marshall.
Yeah. Just a proven guard, can handle pressure.
Big Saxon.
You know how to rely on him. They've had, guard in the past, maybe couldn't rely on as much in these tournament games, but thank God he's gone, right, right, Toms?
Yeah.
But big sacks in the middle to hold it down. I feel like he's been there for like 5 years. What is this, his 5th year?
Yeah, it's his 5th.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. And then also, fun fact, Penny Hardaway's kid is on the team too, Ashton Hardaway.
Yeah,
so
big.
that
On St.
transitions.
Mary's?
Yeah, on St. Mary's.
He
Transferred
transferred
to St.
away
Mary's
from his dad.
Memphis to St. Mary's.
Which
Well,
is
That's going to be interesting Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand it over to Melissa on that note.
So it's the Gales versus the Commodores. Honestly, not very exciting mascots. I was gonna go with St. Mary's just because of Tommy, but now finding out that Penny Hardaway's kid is also on St. Mary's, we'll roll with the Gales.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel this is pretty even. I know you guys all said the same thing. So Tommy's the tiebreaker. So go St. Mary's.
Let's go.
There it is. Let's go.
Love it.
All right, Alabama and Robert Morris, or as they call Robbie Moe in Pittsburgh. That's a true story. Anyway, Brandon, you want to go first?
I was going to roll Tide here. I think Alabama rolls through this one. Shouldn't be too close.
Yeah, I got
Tommy's on one. Yeah.
Alabama
Yeah.
22.5. Yeah, there's no way they lose this.
Yeah, I think Alabama handles this one. But I am kind of concerned because I feel like this team is so reliant on how well Mark Sears is playing offensively. And I feel like they're almost one-dimensional and it's a different team from last year. That I actually have them losing in the second round to the St. Mary Gales.
Nice.
Melissa?
The pace of play is something else.
So it's the Robert Morris Colonials versus the Crimson Tide.
Oh, the colonizers.
These four teams in the quarter here just got the weird nicknames.
Yeah.
Gales, Commodores, Crimson Tide, Colonials.
The Colonials versus an elephant.
Oh, they'd shoot the elephant, right?
I mean, they're going to lose in the second round regardless, so it doesn't matter who I'll pick, but we can go with Robert Morris. Why not?
I like it. I think it's like literally was like the red tide that comes in, but they had needed like something that wasn't water as their mascot, so they went with the elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I got Bama winning this and actually I have Bama over Wisconsin to close this bracket out. And then who did I? Oh, then I've got I got Arizona going to the Final Four, beating Alabama, coming out of this region.
So I've got the Grizz over the Rams, and then the Gales over the Colonials. Hold on, I got to fill this out as I do it. And then I've got the Grizz beating the Gales, who will go on to face Liberty. So the Flames versus the Grizz. This is a very tough one for me.
I mean, you got Smokey in the forest fire.
You know what? I got to stay true to the Grizz. I'm going to go with the Grizz.
There you go.
My third Final Four team. So right now you've got the Tritons versus the Antelopes and the Grizz versus to be determined.
Oof.
Yeah. I got Arizona going up against VCU.
Okay.
And I have Arizona making their way to the Final Four.
Wow, we both picked Arizona, huh?
Yeah.
You know, when we agree on things, it hasn't ended well lately.
I know. I'm really thinking of changing it.
I'm looking at this now like, Matt and
I originally,
It is-
to be honest with you, I there was a moment where I had BYU going to the Final Four, like winning that first game, because I think whoever wins that game is going to make a run. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I got VCU coming out after St. Mary's upsets Alabama, but Duke's gonna make their way out of this.
There we go.
And Tommy?
Yeah, I got dude. I would love
God, if you ever want to see a visual
Just take your
manifestation
team, bro.
of head versus heart, is like doing it on camera here.
we got Arizona coming out of this. That's all you need to know.
Jesus, 3 of us picked
You
Arizona.
might as well just take you know
At
the
that point, yeah.
yeah. There's been a 5 or lower seed in every Final Four, I think, since 2013.
Dang. I actually do
So-
think we could have a really good game against Alabama, but I know it's
Yeah,
gonna be
absolutely.
it's okay.
All right.
Next round. Next.
Yep, here we go.
Ooh.
Last region.
Oh man, this is a tough one.
Okay,
So-
I'm assuming we're all taking Houston, but
Yeah,
Melissa
we're all
is
taking-
gonna have
There's
to. Okay.
drama. There's drama because both teams are the Cougars.
Ooh.
Well, you
So
take
many
the
Cougars.
Who has the cooler looking cougar?
Oh, there you go. That's true.
So wait, hold on. I was doing research. I'm trying to. What weird question? What does SIU stand for? I was like trying to look it up, and it's like it's not saying.
It's like, isn't
South?
that Illinois University Evansport or something like that?
Southern
Yeah.
Illinois University. There you go.
Yeah.
Southern Illinois University Edwardsville
Oh,
versus
Edwardsville.
Houston. Since they're both the Cougars, I'm just gonna go with Houston.
There you go.
Makes sense.
Smart move to not to say that Southern whatever Edwardsville multiple times on the show. Good move. Outsmarted the system. Nice.
So next one, we got 8-seeded Gonzaga going up against 9-seeded Georgia. Brindo, you want to start off with that one?
Yeah, this one's tough. I think
They're both the Bulldogs. What is going on?
it's got to be like our 7th Bulldog in the tournament. But I feel like the year that Gonzaga is finally like not hyped on at all might be the year that they make a little run. The issue for me is that I really like Houston. And so I think Gonzaga pulls out this one, but they're going to come up against a defensive juggernaut in Houston, and I don't think they go any farther.
Watching Gonzaga all season, being a WCC fan, I know Gonzaga doesn't lose in the tournament, and they made the Sweet 16, I believe, the last 5 straight. Gonzaga winning this game over Georgia, and I think that's going to be – I can't wait for that Houston-Gonzaga game. As I love Houston. I do have Houston going to the Final Four, but that Gonzaga game is going to be – I could easily see Gonzaga beating them.
Matt?
Yeah. No, I got Gonzaga beating Georgia. We talked about the metrics of them, being like a 5 seed. Khalif Battle's been playing well. He was playing well in the WCC tournament. Ike didn't realize, man, is just an absolute man, dude, down
Difference
low.
maker.
Yeah, complete difference maker. Also, random stat: they're the 10th oldest team in college basketball.
Ooh.
So yeah. So I'm rolling with the Zags, and it's unfortunate that they have Houston as the 1 seed they got to play because I really like Houston as well. But go ahead, Melissa.
So which bulldog is supreme?
Yeah, which
nuts.
bulldog?
2 Cougars and 2 Bulldogs.
What are the odds? I'll take the Zags. It's more
There
fun
you
to
go.
say than Georgia.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Georgia. And by the way, shout out to Georgia because they were not doing well as a program, and Mike White was kind of failing at Florida, and they hired him, and that looked like completely idiotic, and he's completely turned their program around because he was failing in the same conference. And it looked like, what are you doing? And last year they made the NIT semifinals. Now they're in the NCAA tournament in 3, and they were like down bad when he got there. So shout out to them. So I'll tip it their way. But yeah, I think Houston's a monster. I like them overall here coming out of this. But all right, next one is Clemson and McNeese State. So Brenda, do you want to do that one first?
Sure. This one's a tough one. Love the way that McNeese plays defense. They really do get after it. I think Clemson's good too. I feel like this one's going to be a toss-up. It could be one of those games that comes down to a last-second shot. I think it's going to be close, but I don't know if McNeese can score enough to counteract how Clemson can score, and so I'm rocking with Clemson.
Thomas.
Yeah, Clemson 7.5-point favorites. I think it's going to be a good game, actually, because I got to watch McNeese in the championship. But I just think Clemson's going to come away with this one.
Matt, do we even have to ask?
Well, TJ Hall doesn't play for Clemson anymore.
I know, but it's not that. It's the other side.
McNeese, man.
McNeese fan over here.
Again, hell of a season by Coach Will Wade, man. Really deserves an opportunity at the power conference level. I think he's going to get it too. So congratulations to whoever gets that. 122 the last 23 games. whole identity is predicated on forcing turnovers, getting out in transition. I really like their team makeup. They have a lot of guys that are around the same size, so they can switch or triple switch everything. And they're just relentless defensively. Coach Will Wade himself said that they need a matchup with guards who turn it over or don't have a dominant like post player. I think Clemson kind of has some post play. I know Ian Shitfillin is a pretty solid player. Chase Hunter though and Jaden Zachary, I mean they can both be turnover prone for being older guards. And I'll be damned if I pick a fucking team that had PJ Hall play for them. I'm going with McNeese, baby. Let's go.
Why do you have all this?
So excited
Why-
to make changes
Why
when
do
we're
you
watching
have
these
McNeese
games.
merch, man? Why do you have McNeese merch? I'm so
Cowboys.
confused.
McNeese merch from Matt.
We'll talk. I'm returning them all to Amazon. It was just for the show.
Wait, you actually? Holy shit!
It's besides the point.
Hey, that's
You know,
dedication.
A+ for commitment, man. A+ for commitment.
That's
All right.
really funny.
All right, Melissa. Tigers or Cowboys?
Tigers versus the Cowboys. Tigers is so overused. I am a Cowboys fan in a different sport, so I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
There you go.
I pretty much hate every single player on Clemson, but I'm still picking them.
Wow.
They are such an unlikable team. We've had running beef with them. It seems like we always get into it with
Their
them.
coach is annoying too. Whatever.
Those idiots with their chef hats, but I still pick them.
Whatever.
All right, Purdue High Point. I'll just go quick. I got Purdue. Melissa, do you need mascot analysis time? Are you ready?
Purdue Boilermakers versus the High Point Panthers. The Purdue mascot is just freaky. It's weird. I'm taking the Panthers.
Yeah, so I think this is actually going to be a really good game. I think you got two good offenses, really efficient offense and High Point. I think it's going to be a shootout. High Point, top 10 in 2-point field goal percentage since February 1st. Purdue allows teams to shoot 63% from 2-point land since February 1st. High Point has 3 guys averaging over 13 a game. So have some versatility scoring wise. I think this is gonna be a really good game to watch. It's gonna come down to the last few possessions, but I'm going with Purdue in this one.
Yeah, I got to watch High Point in their championship game. They had some dudes. They're athletic, and I do think it's going to be a close game. Ultimately, I do think Purdue takes the win.
Brendo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna really enjoy watching this game. I think Braden Smith's gonna have himself a tournament here and go on a little run of him splashing some threes and playing really well. High Point center. I tried to look it up real quick. I forget what his name is. Fantastic. What's his last?
You know
what I'm talking about?
Badu or
It's like
something
Bona
like
Bona
Bodo.
that. Bodo
Yeah.
Bodo. That's what it is. Yeah.
Dude's a beast. I think they'll keep this one close, but I like Purdue to roll all the way to Houston, but I got Houston coming out of this region.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Tommy. Who do you
Yeah.
want to close out this
Yeah.
quarter?
I do think just Houston's too good. They've been a juggernaut all season. I think they take this.
Matt?
Yeah, I got Houston as well. I just realized I have every single 12 seed winning.
Sometimes that
Love it.
happens. That's happened
Love it.
before.
All right.
Yeah, I got Houston over Clemson in this corner. And Melissa.
I've got the Cougars over the Bulldogs and the Cowboys over the Panthers, which leads to the Cowboys beating the Cougars. And I got McNeese coming out of this bracket.
What a Final Four!
McNeese Cowboys.
Well, we're not there yet. We got
Oh
one
no,
more.
you're right.
We got
part of the bracket anyway.
yeah,
That
we got
little section.
we got one more to go. Illinois against Texas / Xavier.
Real quick, Longhorns versus Musketeers. I got the Musketeers over the Longhorns. I don't even know what an Illini is, so I'm thinking the Musketeers.
Fish.
Yeah, I think I like Texas in the play-in, and actually like them to beat Illinois as well. Illinois is another team that's been kind of up and down, and I actually think playing the extra game will help Texas just be in a little bit better rhythm. So, I got Texas winning, I guess, the play-in and this. But if the way these brackets work, if Xavier beats Texas, I'm still in the game. So free square. But yeah, I got Texas actually winning a couple here.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Illinois team that's been kind of up and down. I like Texas and Xavier as an 11 seed. I think it'll be a good game either which way, with which either team comes out of that one. I'm going with the Illini though. But yeah, Tommy.
I honestly think whoever wins the playing game is going to have enough momentum to win that first round game. Right now they have Xavier by 3.5. That game's going to be good. We get a little pre-taste before the actual tournament starts. Yeah, whoever wins that playing game, I think I got.
Yeah, I'm right with Tommy on that. I think Texas, Xavier, whoever comes out of that, there's something to say about. I think they said something where one of the first 4 teams goes on a little run because they get that get the butterflies out and all that. And so I like whoever wins that game to take down Illinois.
That Texas Xavier game is a rematch of the Sweet 16 from 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And then we knocked out Texas.
I was in the build. That's why I remember that. I don't have that kind of memory. I was in the building because we were playing before that. I acted smart. I watched us beat Houston. I remembered. Oh yeah, it's one of those things where you're sitting in the building and then your game ends. You're like, I'm going to stay for the second one. They put like 40 minutes on the clock. You're like, I'll see you later. I'm not waiting 40 minutes for the next game to start. When you're like, coming off an adrenaline high. Anyway, Kentucky. Oh wait, Melissa didn't go. Did you?
I did.
Oh, you did. You did. What the hell is an Illini? Never mind. We didn't get your usual in-depth analysis. You're just like, I don't know what an Illini is. You move on. Anyway, Kentucky, Troy. Melissa, go for it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. So the Wildcats versus the Trojans. The Trojans were actually my high school mascot, so I'm gonna take Troy on this one.
Shout out to Taravella.
Brendo, you want to go and then we'll work our way?
Yeah,
up
I mean,
again?
Mark Pope, great offensive mind. I think Kentucky wins this one and wins the one after.
Yeah, same here. I think I got Kentucky winning both games.
Yeah, I got Kentucky winning both games as well. I just really like the guys they have too. Mark Pope did a great job finding these transfers. Otego away. I think he was it from Indiana or am I thinking another school? Maybe not. But just some guys that, can score offensively, but like love to play defense as well. Lamont Butler, another transfer, and then Andrew Carr from randomly from Wake Forest, right, Vish?
Yes.
He was their center last year, and then Amari Williams from Drexel, a guy that Miami actually was looking at in the portal as well. So they have some guys, and then Kobe Brea too, great shooter. So I love what they do offensively, pretty efficient stuff. I have them winning the next 2 as well.
Yeah, I got Kentucky winning too, beating Troy and then beating Texas.
Nice. Next one, Brendo.
Yeah, it goes to Brendo first. UCLA, Utah State.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride to be a Bruin fan this season. Going from Cronin calling the team soft publicly to then going a little losing streak right after that. But they've turned it around a little bit recently. They got smacked by Wisconsin, though, in their last game. However, I think the country will be introduced to Eric Daly Jr. Kid can play. Dude is a beast. I think that kind of if Andrews, Sky Clark, Kobe Johnson can can up their game just a little bit. Sebastian Mack. I think if the guards play, Tyler Bilodeau and Eric Daly Jr. are going to hold it down. But if the guards can play well, kind of limit turnovers and take good shots, I think UCLA wins this one and has a fascinating matchup in the next round.
Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, sort of a homer, but I'm definitely going UCLA. I'm riding it out. They are favorites in Vegas as well, 5.5 points. They've had a crazy season. We're rocking the LA shirt, so we're going UCLA.
Yeah,
Matt.
I'm not going against McCronin. I'm taking UCLA here too.
Bruins versus the Aggies. I already stated my feelings about what the freaking Aggie is, so I'll take the Bruins in this one.
There we go.
Yeah, I like UCLA here.
There we go. Next up, Vish, you want to start out the next one?
Yeah, I mean, I think Tennessee is someone I'm really high on. They did kind of wear down towards it, like I think they were playing better ball earlier in the year, but I don't think Wofford's gonna really challenge them. And sorry, Brenda, I like them over UCLA as well, and over Kentucky for that matter. So I have to make the Elite Eight. Looks like Melissa's deep in research, so maybe Matt, are you ready?
So it's the Volunteers versus the Terriers. I was reminding myself why they were the Volunteers. It's still really boring, so I'm gonna take the Terriers.
Yeah, I'm taking Tennessee. I can't go against Zakai Ziegler. Been playing well. Just an absolute dog. Yeah, I like Tennessee.
Also going Tennessee as well.
Yeah, same.
There we go.
All right. Come out of this part of the bracket.
I already did mine, so Brendan, why don't you go first? Your school's here, so.
Yeah, no, I think the UCLA Tennessee matchup is going to be a tough one. I think everything in the head says Tennessee's going to roll, but I think this one I got to go with the heart. I think UCLA takes it here and then loses a close game to Kentucky to move on to the Elite Eight.
Tommy?
I also have Kentucky getting out of this bracket.
Yeah. I have Kentucky getting out and losing to Houston.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I've got the Bruins beating the Terriers. I've got the Trojans beating the Musketeers. I got the Trojans beating the Bruins, which puts a matchup of the Trojans versus the Cowboys. And I'm going to take the McNeese Cowboys to advance.
Ooh.
Yeah, I already said I had Tennessee making out of this corner. I got Houston coming out of this region though.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at the Final Four. We've arrived at the Final Four. It's an hour and 43 minutes in, but I don't even know I'm showing the bracket. There's nothing filled in. So we can head to actually seeing our faces. All right, so
the Final Four, the semifinals on my birthday. Too bad the Canes couldn't make it.
It came out just short.
Couldn't even make the ACC tournament.
Three more wins and they would have made the ACC tournament. All right. Okay, does everyone remember what I'm assuming everyone knows because do like a little
I kept track of mine because mine was weird.
Well, I'm hoping everyone kind of knows what they put in the Final Four. So
I have mine up right now.
As you're doing your picks, if you wouldn't mind recapping what you landed with there.
You want me to go first?
All right, you can go ahead. Please say the full school name. I'm getting lost in your mascots.
All right, so my Final Four, the first matchup, I have the 12-seeded UC San Diego Tritons versus the 13-seeded Grand Canyon Antelopes.
What a matchup.
And in my other matchup, I have the 14-seeded Montana Grizzlies versus the 12-seeded McNeese Cowboys. So my finals, man, Lopes or Tritons? All right, my final is the 14-seeded Montana Grizzlies versus the 13-seeded Grand Canyon Lopes. And I'm going to go with the Montana Grizzlies as my winner.
Wow, I love it.
That was inevitable before the show even started that you were going to go that route. All right, who wants to?
Oh, Grizzlies versus Antelopes. That's classic.
You were gonna find a way to get Montana through there. It's a good thing Beach isn't in there. You would have actually had some problems.
No, honestly, the hardest pick was the Lopes versus the Tritons, because that could like easily be my final. But no, we're gonna go with.
I like how seriously you're like joke picking, but you're taking it very seriously.
I am. This is very important. Is which match? It's just like the amount of tigers and bulldogs and cougars.
I will say it did. The way you picked made it so glaring to me how generic all of these names are. Like half the teams were cougars, tigers, and wildcats.
We had 2 matchups where it was cougars versus cougars and tigers versus tigers, or no, bulldogs versus bulldogs. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bulldogs too. So who wants to go next?
I'll go since I already have it up. So I have Michigan State, St. John's, Arizona, and Houston in my final 4. I have Michigan State beating St. John's, and then I have Houston beating Arizona, and I have Houston winning it all against Michigan State.
So I'll just go next because mine's almost the same as yours. Just one. Well, sort of. So I have Auburn, St. John's, and Houston, Arizona. I got St. John's and Houston winning, and I got Houston also winning the title. So Matt and I have the same.
I need to change my bracket.
I know. I was about to say it's a bad sign for you, my friend. Bad sign for you.
Brendo, you want to go next?
Go ahead, Brendo.
Yeah, I got Duke, Houston, Auburn, and St. John's. I really think that Duke's been playing unbelievable, but I got Houston coming out of that, and then I got Houston, Auburn in the finals, and Houston winning it.
There you go.
Dang,
Tom?
let's have Houston. Tommy?
I have St. John's over Michigan State, and then I got Houston over Arizona, and I got Houston over St. John's.
Oh,
Gee.
look at us.
We're all believers in Kelvin Sampson all of a sudden.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
I think it's their year finally.
Yeah, no, I kind of felt that way too. I feel like they've been building to this. I love the way they play defense.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll get them through because everyone has those games where it's just not working offensively.
Right.
And I feel like their defense will get them through.
LJ Cryer have some big moments.
I submitted my thing and it says, "Congrats, your pick to cut down the nets is the Montana Grizz."
Like I said, there was an inevitability about us arriving at that point at this time of the show.
I'm sending it to Matt. I'm showing him a picture.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Hey, go Grizz.
Wait, we didn't even talk about Houston because we all just said Houston. I had some stats. I forgot.
Bring them out.
I mean, 4 of us picked. I can't believe 4 of us.
They're
If you
4th in
over-
the nation in 3-point percentage, shooting 39.8%.
That's
They haven't
big.
been in the top 100 since 2018. 3 guys that shoot over 40% from 3 that also have taken over 100 3-point shots. And then they have the longest power conference active win streak at 12.
There we go.
That's all I was going to say. Damn, dude.
The
Yeah.
real Cougars.
Love it.
They'll show everyone who the Cougars are.
Right.
That took almost 2 hours to go through.
Yeah, it is late here on the East Coast.
1 a.m.
And we
Nick doesn't need sleep to function.
meeting at 8 a.m. We'll power. God bless coffee. I guess that's about it. We didn't do an emergency show when Austin Schwartz hit the portal. Big shock.
Waiting for everybody.
Yeah, just if anyone actually stays, that we might have to do an emergency show.
Not that you want anyone to stay, to be honest.
Oh, of course, but most definitely not. Most definitely not.
Matt, do you have final thoughts?
I have been very clear on that. I don't want anyone back.
I do not have any final thoughts. So my final thoughts are it's great to do this with 4 of my closest friends. So it was amazing.
2 of you in Montana Grizzly t-shirts.
I cannot. You
Wait,
know what?
wait. Can I
How much
wait.
hold on.
Hold on. No, you
Wait.
hold on.
No, I'm gonna
I
put you full
always-
screen. I'm gonna put you full screen because I want you to show off all the merch you have. Hold on.
Oh,
That's what.
no. I just gotta say. So, Brendan's wife sent me a picture the other day, and And so I was like, do I want to send this? And it was him in the Montana Grizz shirt, and he was like chilling. Where were you, Brendo? At a coffee place?
we went down to San Clemente, and I was like, I had like a zip up, and I took it off, and she was like, "Are you really wearing that out in public?"
That's a good question. Good question.
It was very valid.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, we got to put people on the Grizz.
Yeah,
All right, hold
there
on.
he is. Oh, you can't see the.
You can't really, because the light on
Yeah,
light doesn't
Chilling
really
outside
work.
a little coffee shop.
Yeah, outside the coffee shop wearing the Grizz, and I was like, should I send it to Vish and Melissa? And I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna let him be surprised.
So, how much crap did you buy for this show?
Well, so I'm not even gonna lie. I bought a Lopes shirt, but it's not here. It didn't get here in time.
Dude, my
So
lipstick
it's
shirt's not here yet.
Yeah, I don't even have to take it out of the package. I can just return it. So yeah, we got the McNeese.
Got the McNeese, the Cowboys.
There you go.
That one, honestly, I might just.
Yeah, I was about to say you're gonna keep that with your Will Wade
Yeah.
crusade.
I mean, you might have to
You
be
see-
to be honest.
And then we got the Tritons right here as well.
That's
Oh,
sick.
Yeah, there we go. Love it.
That was
Matt will
amazing.
buy merch on Amazon and then return it after.
Yeah, got to stay thrifty. Tommy would be proud of me.
Listen, I've got the best merch, okay?
There we go.
Hey, taking Modern Day to 9 points. It's quite the accomplishment. Good team.
Yeah.
I think we were doing a show during that. and
We were. I was trying to find there was nowhere to track the score because it was like exactly while we were doing a show. So I was trying to like
My
find the
board
score.
did say Go Barons on it though.
I was trying to find the score so we can I don't know, live comment. Anything to not talk about Miami basketball, to be honest. But
All right, there's no
All right.
final thoughts tonight, which is sad because Tommy.
I just said the final thoughts.
yeah, he did say the final
Oh,
thoughts.
you do have one
Yeah.
now?
He just
Okay.
did
No,
it.
I
He
said
did
it. I
He did
literally
that.
said it right after you asked if you
But
have
we
final
didn't-
thoughts.
We gotta cue the clip though.
No, I already did it. It's too late.
But I wanted them
There's
to
a
see.
very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes.
That's not the right clip.
It is always the right clip.
Oh my god. All right.
We have a whole graphic about final thoughts with Matthew Bridges. There it is.
That was when my ankle was broken and I was downstairs laying in bed all day. But yeah,
All
no,
right, we didn't necessarily do an order, but there were final thoughts, and there was the final thoughts
Yeah.
graphic. So good enough.
yeah, I appreciate being able to do this with all you guys. It was cool to bring.
It's the second annual bracketology show with Thomas and Brendo. It's more
Yeah.
fun to call you Thomas.
That's all good. You call me whatever you want.
I
you
do
go.
wonder if 1 year, way off in the future, Miami actually makes it. We're gonna have a whole other thing to
Well,
deal with.
if we had done it the year before,
Oh,
we
you should have seen our
freaking-
pool
would've all-
shenanigans.
well, yeah, that too. But like I mean, every team was in it. We were just off by a year. We were
Yeah, I
really
know.
close.
I know.
I
We
had
did some
Miami-
shows.
I had
We did
Miami
some
losing in the
shows.
Sweet 16 that year that we made the Final Four.
Ye of little faith.
Well, I always do one bracket where I'm like trying to pick like reasonably, and then I have another bracket where if my team is in it, I pick us to win.
You just picked who to UCSD? Who'd you pick to win? Who'd you pick to win?
I have the
Oh, the
Tritons. I have the
It's-
Tritons losing to the Lopes and the Grizz beating the Cowboys.
Oh, the
with
Grizz,
The
yeah,
Grizz
yeah.
beating the Lopes in the finals.
Yeah, bro.
I think my bracket picks were the most entertaining.
Oh yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure, for
There
sure.
you go.
It was informative. I learned a lot. I'm
Well,
not joking. I'm not joking.
Good thing for my double wide screen now, where it allows me to Google and do the show at the same time.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Anyone else have any thoughts before we get out of here?
Well, appreciate you guys having us on.
No,
Yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome,
Come
yeah.
on again. We will
Yeah.
have the third annual bracketology next year. As
To be
always,
determined.
you guys are the usuals.
Yeah.
Vish, anything to add? You always have something to add before I try to cue it.
I do not.
No?
I've been doing shows since 8:30. I'm good.
Yeah, he wants to go to sleep. Go ahead, Melissa.
Cue the Sox outro.
Don't cry.
We get buckets.
Keep it chill.
Yeah, baby.
Wear good socks.
Buckets.